808 viral, the podcast, no show, we kiki to the countryside. From the porch to the gram, we stay worldwide. Hit play, catch vibes, catch cracks all night. From the bus stop to the beach park. When you hear that intro, crowd scream from the heart. One time for the hype that we all inside. 808 viral, we the ride or die vibe.
Podcasts, jokes first and the facts come last. From Maka to Makai when we broadcast. If you know, you know, everybody laugh fast.
808 viral, the podcast, no show, we kiki to the countryside.
For all the hammers, the scrappers, the brothers inside. Hit play, catch vibes, catch cracks all night.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's dope right there. That's dope right there. Just come in like that. Just intro, bam. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 808 Viral, the podcast. I am James Money, and I'm hanging out with, I almost said your first name, Pepper Lamb, because of the email. Pepper Lamb, or Pepper, the misunderstood evil genius.
What's happening?
All right, so a lot going on. We haven't been podcasting, but the reason we doing this, well, first of all, thank you to Pepper, because I was like, man, we should do something different. We should do whatever, yada yada. And you was like, man, just basically you said, man, just shut the fuck up. Let's do this. Which is what was needed.
I said it nicely.
Yeah. But no, that is nice to me. That's a nice way to tell your homie, like, hey, man, get up off your ass and just do the shit. Stop self-doubting, and you're right. But so we also trying a new time and day. So we'll see what we come up with when people jump into the chat and whatnot. Let's see. Awesome stuff happened this past weekend, not just for yourself, but at the Tiny Shark Studios. Tiny Shark Media. Dude, how dope was that? That you not only performed, like you performed with Nate before, Nate Jackson, but
yeah.
So that Nate Jackson that you would bring out when we first started, doing comedy in Hawaii together, and in our own thing, and then it was just like, yeah, Nate Jackson, okay, never really heard of him, yada, and he did it, I think, at a restaurant, and then now this is superstar Nate Jackson, if I can say that.
It is superstar Nate Jackson, yes.
And he's still your boy, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, I moved to I'm too big for you now. He was like, but he actually did more than, so you and I both, when we work with national touring, international touring comics, we don't want to be like all up in their space. We respect their space, we respect their process, but we hope to get, maybe a little bit, maybe even a picture, or just some little interaction. But he gave you like way more than what we were expecting, so that's dope on his part and awesome for you.
Yeah, it was. Last week was the whirlwind. As you stated, Nate has been my boy for a long time. He's one of my fraternity brothers. We first met, it had to be like 01, 02, something like that. When
was that before you was doing comedy?
Yeah, he had just started. I think he was doing like open mics or done something in college, and I was just out of college. So, but yeah, 10 years before I started easily. So we've been boys, we've been fraternity brothers forever. We performed all over. We went to Big Island and performed. I brought him out here at least 4 times. From the first big one we did at the Pro Bowl, that was at the mall, at that restaurant, Tsukiji's, I think it was, to a couple other small ones. We did the Beach House during the pandemic. Yeah. And then we did the Impact Hub. That was the infamous shit show. Yeah,
Okay, no, you can't just go right past this.
yeah. So the infamous shit show. Nate is hilarious. He's always been
Yes.
hilarious. He's always been good, top notch of his deal. Back in the day when he was in LA, big name comics wouldn't mess with him because he was too funny, and they didn't want him on their show to show them up.
You know, it's kind of like there's kind of like Earthquake, where like they don't get the specials, but in live shows, nobody wants to follow, and everybody
Exactly.
respects.
Exactly. Yeah, they are somebody you definitely don't want to follow. So, but the shit show happened at the Impact Hub, which just closed right down the street from me. It was a wild scene where a lot of alcohol was had, but
Mm.
some young lady was on a different substance. And right at the end of the show, as he's finishing up his final punchlines, she shat herself. Yeah, we recorded it. Everything was all footage, but we was like, we can't put this out. Nate could have been a superstar before the pandemic. All of us could have been famous before the pandemic.
Would have went viral.
But the morals was like, oh yeah, nah, we can't
Understood.
put this. So you had to be at the shit show. There's a few people around. I had somebody 2-3 months ago come by the club, come by Tiny Shark, who was at the shit show, some patrons. And they was like, yeah, man, we was rocking with you when you was right over at this other space. So, and I guess in Tacoma, Nate was telling me that somebody at his club was at the shit show. So it's an infamous thing. It happened. But the young lady did recover. She left in the ambulance, but she did recover. The wildest thing was, like, James, man, you know how dudes are. All of us were there, were like, yo, she was the hottest thing in the club. And to a man, half of us were just like, you know what? Shower after this, maybe still.
None of y'all went to the hospital to make sure she was good.
Yeah, she was that fine. She was that fine.
Now, how bad was it that she? How bad was it that she had to go in the ambulance? Like,
whatever substances she was on.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. First it was dripping, then it was like flying, and it was like, yo. And the young lady I was with at the time, luckily, was sober and was like, yo, she needs like medical attention. So my team kind of sobered up and jumped into action and cleaned up everything and got everything all situated. But yeah, that was the last thing that I did at the Impact Hub under Pepper Lamb Comedy. So
yeah, that's the way you go out. That's what you
yeah. I tried to do some other stuff later in the years, but they was tripping and being weird. So now they closed.
See, I was thinking about, because you were saying that she shit herself. I forgot that you said that she was using some kind of illegal substance, because I know at the Blue Note show that you worked with Nate last week, where I guess the last of the 4 shows you guys did, I guess 2 people had gone to the bathroom, not together, but separately, little bit longer than peeing. So are you doo-doo at my show? You make doo-doo at my show. Who goes to the show and make doo-doo? Because it was the 2 people that were talking too much.
Yeah, the most. The 2 people that were heckling the most. Yeah.
And they had to go take a shit.
Yeah. Wow. And people, y'all got to realize out there in the world, heckling doesn't mean oh, you're trying to put jokes in between whatever the comedian's saying. Sometimes heckling is just talking too much or
Yeah.
commenting on everything that somebody says off of the deal. It's like, look, this is not. We got the microphone. Laugh or don't, but don't keep interrupting the show. We're
Yeah,
trying to
I remember,
concentrate and deliver for everybody.
yeah, some people, even when they go, "Oh, that's funny," and it's like, that's not how
Thank
you
you.
laugh.
Yeah.
That's not a laughing sound. You know, like, "Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's a good one." It's like, "Oh, what the hell's happening here?"
But then they
But
say it
yeah,
every time.
yeah,
Oh man.
and then
And they're gonna start repeating what you said. Oh, did they walk down the street for real? Like, look, man.
that was an awesome show, by the way, that you guys did at Blue Note. All the way around from beginning to end. You had a killer set. Trenton had a killer set, and I mean, I don't think he reached 2 hours, but he was almost on his way there, right?
Yeah. He
I
was
was
on
like,
his way.
oh, Nate is.
Yeah.
It's
He was
funny
on his
because
way.
yeah, but it was funny though. He was just going, and it's cool because he also worked material, you know,
Yeah.
and then and he addressed the what I guess what's going on with the scene where everybody's like, oh, crowd work isn't real stand-up comedy. He addressed it in like maybe 10 seconds and then moved on
Yep.
from it. Because
Yep.
you know, people have there's a type of comedy for everybody, and it's subjective. If you do it well, even though it's not my cup of tea, I still respect it. Although
Yeah.
I'm down with crowd work because I know it's not as easy as going over your material.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to get. And then, you know, like some people like Carrot Top, some people don't. You know, it's just the way it is. But yeah, when it comes to crowd work, Nate's pretty dope. And was he the first one to start doing where the cameraman shows on the big screen behind him who he's talking to, if it's in like a theater or arena?
It was between him and Matt Rife because they worked together.
Oh, but yeah, I was gonna say Matt Rife got his beginnings at Nate's club, right? Or
no, not his beginnings. He blew up. They kind of helped each other out. So
I see.
they were both on, I think Matt did 2 seasons of Wildin' Out and Nate did 1 season of Wildin' Out. So that's where they became boys from the deal because they were both like, hey, we're both pure stand-up comics. We're not all these other things that everybody else on the show is. Like everybody on the show is like a rapper or an improv person or a social media person. Matt and Nate were pure stand-up comics. And just trying to fit into that Wildin' Out random format. So that's where they became close. And Matt started putting his crowd work clips on TikTok. And so Nate had brought him out to his club and it didn't sell very well. And then the next year it sold out in like a week. And Nate was like, hey man, what'd you do? He was like, oh, I did this and this. And so then they both started doing it. And then Nate, being the innovator and the businessman, started doing, I think Nate was the first one to really start doing the big screen first. And so they both worked it out to where they were giving each other pointers on, hey, get your cameraman to do this or use this footage or use this, you know, this kind of thing. And it worked out. So
yeah, that's smart. Yeah, that's smart, and that's dope because now everybody can see. Also, you can start talking to people further back.
Yes. And
So
Nate does that all the time where he's like, pretty much the only clips you see of him online are once the lights are up and he's talking to people, whether they're on the big screen or sometimes it's in a small club, so they don't have the big screen. So, but the lights are like full on up,
Mm.
and Blue Note wasn't expecting that. The people,
Yeah.
it was like the cleaning lights was up. Like when they,
Yeah. Yeah.
you see all the crevices,
Yeah.
all
But it's
all the
pretty
stuff they
dope
try to
too.
hide.
It's pretty dope too because he does crowd work with the lights out in the beginning and then does material and crowd work and material. So he does an actual full comedy club set.
Yeah.
And then addresses that, okay, I know why I blew up. This is
Yeah.
what you guys want. Let's do this. And then he goes,
Yeah.
but here's some of the rules. You know, yada yada yada. Don't get offended if you are. Look away. And then and then he goes boom, and the lights come on. And I was like, everybody's like, oh, it's a straightening up. Like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, especially in theater shows, there'll be a designated section of people that the roast zone. They want the smoke. They're like, please, they buy specific tickets right in that zone. There's right center stage up front to get roasted. So
That's awesome.
and
Because
I do a lot of crowd work, but I don't I've never just sat out and roasted the entire audience. I've roasted comics that were on the show, but yeah, that's kind of Nate's thing. So when I do my crowd work, I try, I mess around a little bit, but I try not to just be like, okay, now it's time to roast everybody in the thing. I'm like, I feel like that would be copying.
Well, the other thing too is that you have to walk that line, because I think when you become famous, they'll be okay with it compared to, us still grinding it out, where it's like, oh, I'll take that from Matt Rife or Nate Jackson. But I'm not taking that from you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, there goes the less ticket sales. Oh boy, here we go. But yeah, that was dope, man. Shoot, so that was and then he comes to Tiny Shark with the Secret Squirrel Show.
Yep. We had a writing session on Saturday. They were just
That's what I want to hear more about.
Yeah. So they were
without giving everything away, but whatever you can say, because that's something that you guys three experience. But like, I'm like, holy cow, you got to be in a writing session. You know what I mean? Like, I've got to have dinner with a touring comic, and that's like, oh, this is special. But then when you get into stuff that you do, and then getting into a workshop with the person that you look up to, that's the shit, dude.
Yeah, it was fun. I knew they had it. I didn't want to pry. I didn't want to get in, whatever. But and even though this is my boy I've known for 20 years. But I didn't want to get in. I didn't want to pry into their process with him and his opener and how they do things. I told you on the phone that day, I'm like, I think it's dope that they was like, yo, look, we're going to Australia the next day, and we're having a writing session. So on the road. It's just like, it wasn't a sit around and gossip about the scene session. It wasn't a get together and complain about things session. It was,
that's our writing session.
Hey, these are the premises I'm working on. How can we draw this out? And so his opener, Trenton Cotton, shout out to Trenton Cotton. He's a young comic. He has only been doing comedy for 5 years, and he has been mainly Nate's videographer. So he was a videographer and started doing the stand-up, and it's one of those things, you get in where you fit in. And he started getting funnier and writing. And now, off of these last 2 years of big tours, Nate's trimming it down. He used to bring about 4 or 5 people with him. And now, right now, off this last leg, it's him and Trenton. Just those two. So shout out to him. He was like, "Hey, can I get some time at your club? I want to work some stuff out." And I'm like, "Yeah, man. You want to do 45? Get a full set in, get out there." He was like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Let's do it." And it was funny because after the writing session, I don't even mean to cut you off, James. Some of the stuff in the writing session is proprietary software we could talk about not online.
Yeah. I'm down. Yeah. That's what I figured. That's why I say whatever you can share.
Yeah. I have no problem sharing it with you, but it's not for the world.
Right.
So
no, but the fact that you guys were actually talking shop, not just lollygagging, like when you, me, and Nico.
I mean, there was some of that. Don't get me wrong. There was some of that. There was some gossip going on. And that's really what I can't say on here either.
Oh yeah, for sure. But then we almost our Starbucks meetings almost never gets to material. But it's for me, and I'll be honest, a lot of people, not a lot, but a bunch of the comics in our scene ask, we can get together to do a writing session. I'm like, all right, fine, but I don't like to tell people what to write. So if I share an idea that off of what they had or just something out of the air, then I feel like, well, that was not you doing comedy. That was me doing comedy, telling you how to do my comedy. You know what I mean? So it's not, well, I understand they just want support and they just want somebody there so they feel like they're not just shooting in the wind. So it's like, I don't mind doing that. It's just that I don't give too many notes, like most comics, like, hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And that's just something with me. It's not like all comics are like that.
Yeah. There are some more structured things that we can do to help people bounce ideas off of certain deals. The thing is, and I do want to put a couple of these together, but it is to really do it, it's for people that are super serious about writing. So it's one of those things where we need to have people come to the table and make it a prerequisite. Hey, if you come into this writing session, you need to already have 5 premises. And everybody comes in with 5 premises and we bounce them and we workshop them to help everybody get better. Plain and simple. Basically a standard, rules need to be set. And I think that's how we can go about it to help each other and to help the scene out here. But beyond that, so we got through to the writing session. I couldn't stay as long as I needed to, because I needed, to get stuff ready for the club. But so I get back here and we did a 45-minute podcast, just me and Nate. Wow. where he's dropping gems. The new podcast will be called Workcation Hawaii. It's where I sit down with traveling comics. We discuss a couple of Hawaii things. We discuss their career. We discuss some pointers for people interested in comedy. And it's lighthearted, but like there's definitely some gems dropped in there. And I try and keep a few only Hawaii questions into the deal, because this is where they at, so we did that, and then he was like, hey, the stuff that we was working on in the writing workshop, or the stuff that we was working on in the session, I want to try out tonight. I didn't expect him. I didn't even think he was going to be here that night. He just said, hey, yeah, I'll rock the podcast with you. And then I thought he was going to go out, do whatever he was going to do last night in town. But comics are comics and comics are fiends. So
stage.
Trenton came and he was nervous and he's just like, I've never rocked this long and such, and now Nate's going to go.
Oh, word?
Maybe Yeah, and he was like, maybe I should cut mine down and maybe I should just do. And I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, if Nate believes in you, then I believe in you. You do 45, and then Nate can clean up whatever he wants on the end. I'm like, there's time. We good.
You're right.
So
You're right. You know, and that's good that you pushed him because there's nothing like doing 45. Like
yeah.
that's why a lot of comics on the road or even that are in big cities, a lot of
Mhm.
times only get 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yep.
They don't. So like you can do 5 minutes this week, 5 minutes next week, 5 minutes the following week, and it can be all different 5 minutes. And I got 15, but you never did them all the way through.
Exactly.
That's a different animal.
And
And then to do 45, shoot.
yeah. And like I said, for Trenton and for Nate had been like bringing like 6 people on the road with him. So
Mhm.
like Trenton would only get 5 minutes as like the warm-up host or whatever. And
Yeah.
then these other heavy hitters in the industry that were traveling with Nate, like BT Kingsley. I think he
Mm.
had not Takara, what was her name? He had 2 females on the show. Soon Lee, little Asian girl, and then he had 2 females on the show, BT Kingsley and Trenton, and I think one more person. But that's who he'd been traveling with for the past like 2 years. So
Mhm.
Trenton wasn't really getting a lot of time in front of the, like, even when we did these shows at Blue Note, Trenton was like, okay, I'm gonna do 10, then you're gonna do 15, 20, then Nate'll do up the rest of the time. Um,
Mhm.
and most of his 45 minutes I had heard throughout, between the 4 shows that we did this week, last
Mhm.
week. But it was nice to see how he had been focused and working out how to string it along and how to separate it and how to, stretch it out a little bit and even deal with some of the impromptu moments from the audience and that kind of deal. Not like a lot of
Mhm.
crowd work aspects, but there were a couple of incidents that happened that he was quick to play off of. And like you can't be around Nick Jackson that much and not know how to interact with the crowd a little bit.
Right.
It's like then you ain't learned shit then. That's why you here.
Mhm.
So
Especially
but it
when you're
was
the
cool.
videographer that edits
Yeah,
the videos. It's like
damn.
there's a lot of learning right there.
Exactly. So then so like his 5 years is easily 8 to 10 years. Um,
Yeah.
so so then Nate jumped on at the end and did like 15, 20 minutes, and he was literally just working out one premise from his notebook. And it because he's him, it was awesome. It was great. And the audience was surprised and happy that nobody knew who the secret squirrel was. Some people had
Mhm.
thought they knew, but there was only the true people knew. And I had been telling everybody the whole week, I'm like, I don't think he's showing up because he's my boy. I know how it operates now. And sometimes I can't even get a hold of him until the manager hits up and does whatever. So it's just his agents and levels, there's levels to the damn thing. Um,
Mhm.
so but luckily he blessed the stage here at Tiny Shark, and it was a great weekend. And then we even had people come up Sunday. So it'd have been a little desolate on Sundays here lately. And then we had a crowd on Sunday. I'm like, hey, all right, let's go. So
Yeah, I
hopefully
like that.
Tiny Shark is
I like
turning the
that.
corner.
Yeah, I like the tiny sharks turning into a bigger shark because
Yeah.
even so when we do our show Thursday nights, which we'll do tonight, um, and then we get the open mic that follows. And it's funny because you and I have done this so many times where it's like we can like walk through our segments. And
Yeah.
it helps that we're both on stage at the same time. So support each other. But we're
Yeah.
always looking at the open mic list. And they were like, we're seeing the crowd, the audience number grow, but not
Mhm.
the open mic list, and we're like, dude, there's like you guys out there that's missing out on this stage time in front of people, not other comics.
Yeah.
Other people that want to see comedy. And it's funny because there have been return business, but there also been new people coming through, and they're like, what? And it's funny because they're like, how'd you hear about this? Almost like, where'd you hear about this secret? How you know about Fight Club? You know, it's like, but then they go, oh, we saw the post, or we saw on the website, and we used to go to your other joint, Stand Up Honolulu, and then found you again. So I was like, these are the comics, man. I'm telling you, this is like, it's an intimate room. The crowd is right up on you. Everybody can hear you, and you can see everybody. It's like, this is where they go to work out, you know. And then for me, that's going forward with the Don't Tell comedy. And I guess, you know, I'm about to tell the rest of the scene. You know, I've already addressed a few comics that have asked, and I told them, I was like, Don't Tell is going to change because of that Valentine's Day show that really hit hard in the negative way. Like Don't Tell, I don't know if you call them national, but the main persons up there was like, what happened? Why did we get all these complaints? And it's like, I wasn't in on that. It wasn't me. I don't know, boss. I wasn't there. It is so funny because it was 4 shows, 2 on the 13th of February, and then 2 on Valentine's. And then when I was asked to perform, I wasn't able to perform on Valentine's because there was something in my family that I had to do, so I couldn't make it. So I was like, I'll do the 13th. I was brought in as a producer, but they brought me on too early. I didn't produce this weekend. So then when the complaint came out and they asked me and Saul, like, an email, what happened? I was like, oh, I wasn't part of it. I was like, I had nothing to do with the booking. Yeah. I only performed on the Thursday. I mean, on the Friday. I didn't perform on Valentine's. And then I got paid for producing it. And then I was like, man, that's messed up. I'm over here saying I had nothing to do with it. When I got all this money. So I was like, all right. So I ended up Venmoing it to Saul because, you know, he was a sole producer in that. I was like, hey, and he saw the email that I said it wasn't me. I didn't produce none of this. So it was only right. I sent that money. I was like, you know what, whatever. But so going forward, that's what I told these other comics. I'll eventually address the rest of the state where I gotta be able to see your set that you're going to perform on Don't Tell, because that my reputation, if I'm producing it, my name is on it. And if my name is on it, it affects how they see me. So I'm not going to just put on somebody just because it's my friend or because they make a room full of comics laugh. I gotta see you come out and do. If you're gonna do 10, I gotta see your 10, and I'm gonna ask you to perform. I want to see your 10, and if you do a different 10, I'm not gonna be happy. Be like, all right, we'll see if you get booked again. And it's not personal in the way that I don't like you. I'm still your friend. It's just when we get to the work, James Money, that work, James Money, they were like, nah, you can't. Because even when I was doing Mars Comedy Club, a lot of the comics got upset because I would say, don't drink until after your set. Don't show up high. And they're like, why? I was like, this is a job. I'm paying you. You're going to do comedy, and then I'm going to pay you. And you're going to show up to work drunk or high? Now, I get it. If you want to do like a little drink, but if you come into work like that and you can't function, if you can't do stand-up normal, you got a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like saying, "Oh, I can't play football unless I do steroids." You know what I mean? It's like, so that's I guess where we're going with don't tell. And people ask, I say, "Hey, come down to the Shark. I'm there every Thursday." So let me see. Which is cool, which is why you work hard to put up this venue so that comics can come in and perform. Let's see. We got some. What up, Michael? Long time no see. Michael Seal saying hi. Also stopping by to say hi, show some love. Let's see. Aloha Mare, Magic, Pilikaki. That's funny. I think that's Mike. Let's see. Do you see what you do as something that could travel into places like Tonga or Fiji, where communities are going through real struggle, not for a paycheck, but because comedy might actually be needed there? Has that idea ever come up for you? I mean, people have asked me to do stand-up comedy in Samoa, American Samoa. And I'll be honest, sure, they could, any place could use laughter. The problem is, I know a lot of things about Hawaii. I know the culture. I know the inside jokes. I grew up here. I can do comedy here without even really writing. But if I go to Seattle, I can't do those jokes. I got to do jokes that have been written, have been tested, and have worked for audiences that I think are up there. And I still don't know. And that's why we get nervous. I go up there and I'm like, I don't know till that first joke. We'll see. That first joke hit, you're like, okay, I'm in the bag. I'm in there. Now, I'm not fluent in Samoan, which is, my parents not happy with that, but it's their fault. They raised me.
Yeah, that's why I'm not either, because of your parents.
Yeah. So because they wanted me to get educated in America, so that's why I speak this type of English. Anyways, I don't think I would hit as hard in American Samoa or even Samoa, because they would look at me like, oh, he's like us, but he's not really like us. It's the same as if I was to do comedy in Fiji. There might be something that's very offensive to them that I have no clue about. Now, I can go and do my set and hope that some of it relates and that it's funny, but there might be that where you just don't click with that crowd. Now, if they say, hey, here's a couple grand, fly you down, put you in a hotel, I'm like, I will try. Let's go.
Yeah.
But I know what it's like working with Samoans. Okay, so in fact, first let me give a shout out to our sponsor, Coco Love. Right there. Yeah. Coco Love water. My favorite coconut water. Oh, bam. I like the one with pulp. It's delicious and it's meaty. Go get you some at cocolovewater.com and follow them on Instagram. Okay. So I did a show. Oh, wait. 2 months ago. Radio station.
Sorry, 1 second.
Sure.
I'm gonna retract just a little bit. I think you should do it. I think you should push past the fear and just be like, you know what? Did my people's because the reason why I say it is because it's one of those things where, look, just address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Hey, right. I'm one of you, but I'm from there.
Well, see, that's where
I can't help with my I can't help what my parents said I had to be. So here we are, and then just kick your jokes.
Yeah. So put in that situation, that's where us comedians will be like, okay, I got to prepare for something. I got to prepare for this. It's happening. And it's the same way as when I get corporate gigs. I charge a lot because I don't want to do it. I make them be like, okay, yeah, we'll pay. And I'm like, oh, damn. But then it's like, okay, cool, I get that money. But it's like, damn, now I got to go to work, which is like you're just saying right there, addressing and then playing off of it. The problem is, so if the money was situation was right and everything worked out, I totally would do it. But I'm just saying that, trying to give them the expectation, like, all right, this could go wrong, but I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't think like, oh,
you don't want to brand yourself. Hey, no, I'm the Samoan comedian. I'm ready into that kind of deal. And they get there and they be like, what? This guy is from freaking American.
Yeah. Well, what they would say, what they have called me in Palangi, which means white person in Samoan. So that's what my cousins refer to me as, or it's not a term of endearment at all. Totally. It's like, hey, you lived in Arizona, so you know, like those Mexican people, Mexican Americans that can't speak, and then but then the real Mexicans are like, oh, gringo or whatever they call it.
It's right there.
That's a shame.
It's right. It's down the road. It's not, an 8-mile flight or 8-hour flight.
Right.
It's not the other side of the planet. It's right there. Mexico's right there.
In fact, majority of the population in the state speaks Mexican or speaks Spanish. Excuse me. But yeah, so okay, so here's what happened. Actually, okay, so going back 2 or 3 years ago, I was interviewed by this Samoan radio station. And the dude's super cool dude, super nice guy. And he tells me he wants to interview me. I was like, all right, cool. It's Samoa Mo Samoa is the name of the program. This year they celebrated their 40th year radio show. And the dude interviews me, and I tell him, I was like, all right, before the interview, I'm not fluent in Samoan. I do understand a lot. I can speak a little bit, but in conversation, I'm really slow. And he was like, oh, don't worry, we speak English. Okay, cool. And then I call in the station to do the interview, and he's like, and he's going off in Samoan, like really fast. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for the English part because I don't know if he's talking about me or not. And then he goes, James Money. And he pauses. And I'm like, oh, hi. Oh, hi. Talofa. I was like, oh, man. So sad. And then he asked me questions in Samoan. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So I'm like trying to find my way. Eventually he's like, oh, that's right, he doesn't speak. So he speaks English to me the rest of the interview, and we do well. Fast forward to 2 months ago, he reaches out to me. He's like, hey, we're doing this the 40th anniversary gala for the radio station, and we would like you to be one of the presenters. We're going to honor a few iconic Samoans in the world. I was like, oh, cool. One was like a Nobel Peace Prize finalist. There's a couple, and yeah, I know, I'm surprised too. Like 50 people. There were musicians. There were football coaches.
Were you surprised at the Nobel Peace Prize, seeing the violent nature of?
Yeah. Well, just as like, I was surprised at how many scientists were being honored that were someone, even pilots. And I was like, what? We can fly planes? And then there was like this biochemist, like young biochemist that graduated from UCLA and was doing big things in California, and I was like, what? Politicians, and I was like, man, look at all these Samoans. But then he sent me the list, and I was like, oh, can I pick who I'm going to present for? Because there's Ken Niumatalolo, who was the Navy football coach. He was the first Samoan, D1 football coach. And I was like, oh, cool. And he was like, oh, we'll see. And it turned into something like that. And then it turned into, you're going to be presenting a few. And then it was like, okay, I show up to the event, and the dude's there, and super nice guy. Love the guy. And he goes, hey, James, okay, so if you can just go up on stage, and this is a huge Hyatt ballroom that can probably seat like 500 people. Like, I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then he goes, can you go up and calm the people down? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, go calm them. I was like, are they not calm? I was like, you gotta
fight.
Right. It's like, no bouncers. There's gotta be at least 20 of them. So he was like, no, just because we're running behind. And I was like, okay. Then he walks me up to the stage. I go up and like, we're going to get started in a few minutes. If we could have everybody please settle down and please enjoy the drinks and the poo-poos. And okay. And we'll get started shortly. Thank you. And I walk away. And then and all of a sudden, because I did that, 5 different people come up to me. Oh, can you announce this? Oh, we need you to do this. You go, oh, so you're the MC? And I'm like, I am not the MC. I have you listed. Yeah, I have you and this other person listed as MCs. I was like, I was told I was going to present 1 award. It's like, no, we don't have that. We have you as I was like, this is not what I signed up for. And then it was like, so I went up to the dude that I was like, hey, aren't you the MC? He was like, oh, yeah. But if you can do some, go talk to and another person comes through and goes, okay, you announced this, but we need the honorees to go in the lobby and wait. They're all sitting down. I'm like, I just got here. I don't know what's happening. It turned into, Sully, can you work for free 99? I was like, I sat there. So I'm looking at my phone. I was like, all right, let me come up with some quick stuff. I'm looking around. I was like, they go up, they start praying, they start doing the ceremony, the kava ceremony. And I'm like, I should just bounce.
Right now. Oh, the kava. My stomach had that Taco Bell. It's explosive.
Word. But then,
in the letter.
So I texted my sister. I said, hey, I think you have to go to work. And I'm going to come home because somebody has to take care of mom because you got called into work. And she called on. She's like, okay, if that's what needs to happen. So instead of going up to the dude, I just texted him, oh, man, emergency. I got to go right now. I was like,
he's going to call you in another 10 years for the 50th.
Right. But in my head was, so on this shoulder had me saying, hey, don't worry about it, you'll be all right. It wasn't. And on this side had Pepper that said, man, they screwed you. You shouldn't feel bad for that. Hey, they put you in that spot.
Yeah. Don't make me the bad guy.
Hey, you're the evil genius. He's like, don't feel bad.
Yeah, I would have
they should have did that
better. I would have came up with something better than my sister.
Yeah.
I would have came up with a way for them to pay me that night.
I don't know. I was looking at it.
Yeah.
Because even the staff came up to me.
The contract says $20 an announcement. I'm sorry. This is what they sent in my email. So every time I go up there, hey, contract's a contract, bro. Y'all okay. And I would have stayed there and made $400. Like
Even the banquet staff came up to me and was like, "Are you guys expecting more people?" I was like, "Hey, I don't even work with this group." I was like, "Hold on, lady."
You know what it was? You know what it was though, James? It was that Oahu golf apparel shirt that you were wearing. So official, baby. So official.
Looks
It makes
professional. Look at it.
everybody so professional. Everybody's just like, you know what? That guy knows what he's talking about. He's in charge.
And I was wearing one too. It was a gray one, a very
I know
nice
you
and
were.
beautiful one. And I got one right now. This is a brand new one
Yeah.
too. Look at it. It's all stiff and hasn't been in the wash
I like
yet. But yeah, wildgolfapparel.com. Go check them out. But yeah, so what I learned was if it's usually my people putting it together, might want to have them deal with the manager. It's like, hey, go deal with my white guy. My white guy will talk to you guys about it. Shoot. Hey, but let's see. Let me check the notes real quick. All right. Got this. Okay, yep. Cool. Some current events that's happening. Moana, live action Moana. It doesn't seem like it's being received too well.
I've heard it be dismal.
Yeah.
No one's given an official review and been like, oh, this could have been better, or this was good, or that was such and such. Only thing I've heard is everyone say, hey man, ain't nobody watching that. Which kind of makes sense because I don't remember anybody being like, hey, you know what? We need this with real people and CGI.
Yeah, that's the thing too. That's why I was like,
That was fine. Y'all just did Moana 2. And now you're gonna redo Moana with everybody. No, I'm good.
yeah. Like I get it if it was like they did it live action, but then the CGI makes it weird. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so is it live action or yeah, I mean, okay, I guess as a Samoan people think I should like The Rock. I know you are, you're cool with The Rock. It's just too much. The Rock. I think it's oversaturated. And then a lot of it is because he it's almost like he has to prove that he loves his culture, his Samoan culture. He hardly talks about his black culture, but it's like he almost always has to prove that he loves, it's the mana and it's the, I feel oneness with the people. Maui is like my grandfather and his aura and the way, and it's like, it's almost like I've had enough of it. Like I love The Rock, the wrestler. I love the action hero, The Rock, but it was like, all right, this is just too much. I get it, you're a girl dad. I get it that you respect your culture, but it's almost like game show type shit. Like, like where or like morning news where everything is all candy coated. Like, oh, look how lovely this puppy is, and look what they're doing at the Humane Society. Some great. He's like there for me. Like, where is that asshole? You know what I mean? that cocky asshole that does the eyebrow thing. Not this. You're welcome. It's like
you need I get it. You need attitude rock. And I get it. That's the one we all fell in love with. True story. One of the things though, I like, was it him that pushed it to make it happen? Like, I don't know. I don't know enough of the back to that. That's like that's not a rhetorical. That's just. I guess it is a rhetorical question. Like I just wonder because like you think about the other Disney successes, right? Yes, they did a live action Beauty and the Beast. Yes, they've done like 4 live action Snow Whites. They've done a Maleficent. Some of them were some of them were some of them were whatever. But when you think about the top selling Disney stuff of the past 15 years, you gotta look at Frozen. And if they haven't made a live action Frozen, why did they make a live action Moana?
Is it too soon for singing white women to be ice skating around with magic powers?
I don't know. They did a live action mermaid. They did.
Right?
They did. They done. Yeah.
What if one of the what if the Frozen girls were black or Latina?
Yeah, Latina Frozen. Papi, it's too cold out here.
Hey, why are you so stupid? You make it so cold. It's like, look, Olaf is dumbass. He wants to go on the beach and he's a snowman. Oh, he's a snowman. Sorry to our Latinos out there.
Yeah, but I don't know why. And like Moana 2 just came out like a year or two ago. Did we like need back to back Moana?
And then it's a prequel.
Oh, the prequel?
No. It's a prequel to part 2, which is part 1. But you know what I'm saying? It's like they show part 2 cartoon, and they go, "We'll do the live action part 1."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what. Yeah, that was also weird. It was like we haven't got Moana 3 yet, or we haven't even got Frozen 3 yet, and y'all, who made this?
I've never watched Bugs Bunny. I never watched Bugs Bunny and be like, I need to see a real rabbit.
Yeah.
Some things are just better cartoon, man.
I didn't even really rock with Space Jam. I'm not into that.
Some things are just better cartoon. Just leave it.
Exactly.
Be. But maybe I'm biased because when I was hired to do some voice acting for Moana the series, I was like, oh, this is my break. The director was like, oh, I like the way you sound. We're picturing the character now because we haven't drawn him out yet, but we're starting to picture him like you. And then, oh, cool. And then The Rock came out because this was during the pandemic. This was in production. And then the Rock comes out and goes, we're doing Moana 2, not Moana the series. And that's where I'm like, it's The Rock's fault. Destroyed my career in voice act. But then I was like, oh, maybe I'll get a chance. Nope. They recasted everybody and I was not in there. And I was like, damn it.
See,
and the guy they used
that makes way more sense to me. Like, so they came out with How to Train Your Dragon, huge success based off of some kids' books. Then they were like, okay, well, we're going to do a cartoon series in between How to Train Your Dragon 2. And the cartoon series led us up into 2. And then they did that. And then they continued the cartoon series to lead us into 3. And it was like, that's how you do it.
Do that with the way Marvel does it.
Yeah. And just now, did they, I think last year or 2 years ago, did they finally do a How to Train Your Dragon live or with actors? But there was so much CGI in it. It was like, I'm just watching a weirder version of the first one. But
I'm just watching Game of Thrones without sex.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it was cool. And it was special effects was awesome, but it was like, okay, you couldn't tell much between the special effects and the cartoon. Because that's how good
leave it cartoon.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. You've been keeping up with the World Cup?
A little bit, yeah. They've been beating me up at the job in the mornings when the game is on.
A lot of controversy, everybody talking, but it's so funny. It's always when your team loses, all of a sudden there's some controversy. Like with Argentina beating England, yesterday, which was a dope game.
Yeah.
England lost it themselves. Bad decision is, if you haven't watched it, is England went up, I think the 55th minute, 1-0, and then decided to park the bus. Basically, parking the bus is the equivalent in NFL or American football to getting a 7-point lead, a 1 touchdown lead, or maybe even 6-point. But getting a touchdown lead and then no longer passing the ball, only running out the clock.
Just
and
being conservative.
not being able to get a first down. And all of a sudden, the other team that keeps trying to get that bomb makes one bomb, and then the momentum flips, and then Argentina ends up beating them. And the English people so angry. I'm not against English people.
White people walking around white with
the red cross on their face.
Red cross on their red face. They've been yelling. It's no fair. It's not fair. These bloody guys just came in here and just did those dirty like that.
Did you guys lose that soccer?
Cannot save you.
No, it cannot. You guys lose that soccer or football? Oh wait, it's both.
You invented the name.
But it's weird how like social media, like the algorithm just all of a sudden starts showing me everything about Argentina that I never needed to know. Like how large the country is, and how there's so many people, but in just a small area of the country, and then how they got rid of their black people. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, Argentina is like the white people of South America. They're mad racist. They're mad angry. They do crazy stuff.
I've known about the racism because I watch world football. I just didn't know. I was like, whoa, like seriously? Did they really just start to get rid of, and then it starts to make sense. The rivalry between Brazil and Argentina. Yeah. And I was like, oh. So like I'm like conflicted now. I'm like,
not just our Coke is purer than yours.
Yeah. So conflicted. I was like, do I still cheer for Argentina because of Messi, or because like what they did to, like, I'm not a fan of Speed, but he didn't deserve that. You know what I mean? I was like, I can't believe they're just openly saying that shit to his face.
Yeah. Yeah. And
so I was like,
what's crazy is Messi is just Argentinian by nationality. At like age 6, he was gone.
Yeah,
it was like Spain. To these soccer leagues, and it's like he just go there like once a year for vacation and to play for the national team.
Yeah, because he seems to be very respectful. I haven't seen anything or heard anything, so until I do, but just the fans. It's one of those things. This is like, I'm a Niners fan, but I hate Niners fans. More respect for Bengals fans than I do Niners fans. It's like the success goes to their heads, and it's like, dude, remember when we were losing? Like, why you gotta be an asshole?
No, I'm better than you. I'm just a better person. Everything. I'm better.
But the goats be goating, man. If he gets another one, his hands. I mean, he already is goated, but if he gets a second one, jeez. All right. One last thing before we go. Cyclospora. What? We're like during the cyclospora, the thing that's causing explosive diarrhea in America.
You hit me with the scientific name. Okay.
Yeah. So
I just know why I don't rock with Taco Bell. So,
the funny thing is, like, during the World Cup, we have guests in the house, and if we got the shit. Hold on, man. We're not feeling too good. Welcome to our country. We kind of shitty right now.
Yeah. Why are we shitty right now? Oh, well, because we're racist and we let these racist South Africans infiltrate our government and take all the regulations away and cut all the funding for stuff. So now, not just the cows, all the people are getting sick too. Our bad. Go play.
Yeah. And they finally got a case in Hawaii,
Oh, really?
but it was a visitor that had it up there, came here,
Brought it with them.
and luckily it's not transmitted through us yet, but as it's transmitted through, I guess they're saying leafy lettuces is the culprit. And I think they're saying like it started in Michigan. So one thing to
I just
avoid
know
is that plant that salad bags, the bags of salad. They said so. Be careful.
Yeah, I just know that when Taco Bell says, "Hey, it's not us, but we gonna take certain things off the menu," it's you.
Yeah. And they have come out and said that it was affected Taco Bell. So,
Yeah.
yikes.
Yeah.
But then even Taco Bell, when there was no cyclospora, people still got diarrhea. So it's like business as usual.
It's tacos for.
Yeah. So be careful out there. All you healthy people, have a piece of pie, take some cake. You know what I'm saying? No lettuce in there.
Ice cream. Ice cream is delicious.
You know what I have been eating more of? Loco Moco and hamburger steak.
Okay.
Got that rice, mac salad, no leafy greens, healthy as hell. Yeah. So okay, let's wrap it up. Tonight we will be at Tiny Shark Studios doing the Island Uncles comedy and open mic. So if you guys are looking for something to do, come check us out in person live, not just social media live.
The little shark behind me. And you can buy one of these t-shirts. Bam.
So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm James Mane, hanging out with Pepper, the misunderstood evil genius. Thank you, everybody. Be safe. We out.
Thank you.